Hello, Luke here. With me is Andy.
Hello, Luke. What's out in July? Is it nothing? It usually is.
Well, July is traditionally a quiet time for the games industry, but there are some surprises and some interesting titles. So
I'll believe it when you show me.
Well, here you go. Nintendo's colourful reinvention of the arena-based shooter returns in Splatoon 2 for the Switch. The sequel promises more of the first game's chaotic, territory-hoarding 4v4 fun as you switch between being a kid and a squid. Andy, would you rather be a kid or a squid?
As I understand, in Splatoon, there are distinct advantages to both being a kid and being a squid.
There sure are, as in real life.
Squids can move through their own ink colour.
As in real life.
As in real life. Kids can't do that. Well, I'm excited to play it because a lot of people whose opinion I respect really liked Splatoon.
Yes, like it's surprisingly deep. I didn't play much of the first one.
Yeah, well, I didn't play any of it because it was on the Wii U, and who owned a Wii U? No one is who. But I do own a Switch, so I can play this one. It's going to be good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Telltale's popular episodic Minecraft adventure will return in July, continuing the story of Jesse, who in the second series gets his hand stuck in a creepy gauntlet that belongs to an ancient underwater temple. Expect cameos from Minecraft YouTubers, difficult choices, and a story influenced by your decisions in the first game.
He gets his what?
He gets his hand stuck in a gauntlet.
Why?
I don't know, he puts in his hand in temples he shouldn't.
Why?
Andy, I had no idea that Telltale Minecraft was a thing, genuinely.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
it is. It's
a pretty big deal, apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, Minecraft itself has no story mode, so
they made one.
They made one with Telltale, who you'll know for The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us. So it's like those Telltale games with a lot of talking and decision-making and stuff.
If the Order can't do this, how are we supposed to?
It's sort of aimed at younger people. You don't get, you don't have to cut your own arm off. Unless
it's really jammed in a gauntlet.
Yeah, who knows in Series 2. It's got a really good cast. I don't know if it's the same in the second season, but Patton Oswalt was in Season 1.
Remy himself?
Yeah, Ashley Johnson, I think. Telltale Games pretty reliably
pretty
good.
Solid.
So yeah, I'll be interested to see how that goes.
Looking forward to more. Fans of indie darling Super Meat Boy may be intrigued by The End is Nigh, a pixely platformer co-made by Edmund McMillan, who worked on Super Meat Boy as well as The Binding of Isaac. You play as Ash, one of a few things that's still around after the world ends, across over 600 levels of action jumping. Did you play Super Meat Boy?
I did play Super Meat Boy.
Did you like it?
It was really good. And this looks exactly like Super Meat Boy, only without any colours.
There's a Switch release planned for this as well, although I couldn't find any more information about the release date, so hopefully that is soon as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, this would be perfect for handheld.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the thing with Super Meat Boy that made it so great was that it was so hard, but you never felt like it was the game's fault. You always felt like it was your fault.
Oh, that sounds great.
No, but you could always instantly restart and you're like, I'm gonna get this. And you would just keep on and on and on with it. And that is exactly the sort of game that's perfect for playing on a handheld. So if it is coming to Switch, that's great. I will still play it because I really like Super Meat Boy and this looks exactly like that. But Switch release would be great.
Perhaps the most soothing thing you'll see all July, Yonder is an exploration game that features farming, crafting, cooking, fishing and brewing. Sounds a bit Stardew Valley, but looks a lot Breath of the Wild. Expect loads of animals and glorious scenery later this month. This is basically Outside Xtra, the game, because it's just a big colourful island that, as far as I can tell, is just filled with cartoon animals.
Yeah.
I actually showed a bit of the trailer to Ellen, and she basically like melted. It
just made sounds. I watched some gameplay from it, and it looks a bit like you were saying. It looks like Breath of the Wild, but as far as I can tell, without any of the interesting bits of Breath of the Wild. I don't know, that might be a bit harsh.
It depends what you're into, because one of the things that I really liked about Breath of the Wild was not the combat or the story, but just the wandering around and being in that world. And
it's true. I did really like the cooking and stuff. It says brewing, did you say? That sounds interesting.
Did I say that?
I mean, you said it just then.
Well, then I must have meant it.
Oh, you can make craft ales.
Yeah.
Link never made craft ales in Breath of the Wild.
Name it. Name Link's beer.
Hop Arena of Time.
Aye! Let's have that label photoshopped straight away. July will give an early glimpse at Destiny 2, the massive online shooter sequel that's out properly in September. For now, PS4 and Xbox One owners will be able to get stuck into the beta, which will likely let you play a select slice of the full game. So it's quite common, isn't it, for like big online games to get this open beta treatment?
Yes, well, I mean, they need to figure out if the game works properly.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
I mean, it's fairly similar to Destiny 1. You think they know what they're doing by now.
Also, if you play the beta, you can feel good that you are, in a very, very, very small way, helping to develop the game.
And I think
you should get a credit, really.
If you played the Destiny 1 beta, I think you got some items in the final game.
Yeah.
You opened your post box and you got a cool shader or something. So it's probably
possible you'll get some goodies. Yeah. Precious goodies. Pyre is the latest from Supergiant Games, the developers of Bastion and Transistor. In this RPG/sports game, 3 characters compete to whack an orb into your pyre on the opponent's turf. Expect a versus mode 2 and a single-player bit of interactive fiction that interestingly cannot be failed. So whatever choices you make and however well you play, you'll always make it to the end of the game. I like that idea, the unfailable game.
Yeah, I like the idea that it's an RPG, but instead of having fights, you basically play volleyball.
Play little sports
against
games.
each other. The actual sport in it reminded me a lot of, you remember Speedball 2?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the Amiga. So yeah, it's like that. You're all just trying to like dunk on each other.
Your burning pyre is your only hope.
You have barred the way to the village, sir. Prepare to battle, and then you just like dunk on them.
Prepare to be NBA jammed.
You do a 360 through the legs dunk on their head,
Whoop.
which I love. Yeah, alley-oop.
Blam.
Haven't seen that in a
Right into their bodkin or whatever.
Their pyre.
Hey Pikmin is a first 2D outing for Captain Olimar, brave steward of the plant-like Pikmin, whose varying abilities will be deployed to solve puzzles and deal with aggressive wildlife. Andy, I like my 3DS a whole lot. I kind of wish this was on the Switch.
I call it my Phoenix Wright machine.
Yeah.
That's all.
That is
That's
basically
all it's for.
what it's become. Is there really reason to have a 3DS now that the Switch is a thing?
Nope.
I thought you loved your 3DS. I thought you were going to defend it.
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, this Pikmin game, because Miyamoto said, we're going to make a Pikmin. And then they announced this, and I was like, I hope that's not the one he's talking about. It's being made by the guys who made Yoshi's New Island, which wasn't very good. So I think this is a stopgap Pikmin, and then the real Pikmin will come out on Switch.
Worth mentioning as well that the 2DS XL is also out this month. Actually, on the same day.
Doesn't bend.
No, it does fold, but it doesn't do the 3D, which was the original selling point and least popular feature of the original 3DS.
Yeah, that's good, because I never, ever used the 3D.
No, I'm still playing on the original 3DS, which now feels like holding a 20p piece in my hands or something. It's so tiny. I look over at your gigantic
got the XL. Yeah, it's huge. It's got those beautiful Phoenix Wright sprites.
I'm just squinting.
Glory.
I think Phoenix is winning the case. It's hard to tell.
The blue lawyer? He's the blue lawyer, I think. Love Phoenix Wright.
Love Phoenix Wright. It's great, isn't it?
Is the Phoenix Wright coming out in July?
No. Maybe August. So Andy, you have heard some of the games coming out in July.
Yes.
Which will you pick to play? I mean, you can play more than one, but which is the one that you like the most of what you heard?
Probably Splatoon 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably be getting on that.
So Splatoon 2 is Andy's pick. If you enjoyed this video, then why not subscribe? There's lots more video to watch if you did enjoy this. And we will see you next time. Happy game playing and purchasing, guys.
Bye.